And what are your other obligations between now and August 29th?
I have a few.
Okay, what are they?
I am going to be moving in the middle of August, which is like a big worry of mine and part of the reason why I'm not attached to August 29th, just because that's obviously a huge time commitment. That's really the biggest one that's sort of at the forefront of my mind.
So the idea of taking it in August 29th, and we're speaking now about 1 month prior to that. So does that give you anxiety? Does that feel like it could work? Maybe. How do you feel about it overall?
How do I feel about the August 29th test?
Yeah.
I feel a little shaky just because I think I have a lot of test anxiety to get over. So like this is diving into other things, but I generally like am not performing as well in in reading comprehension and the logical reasoning as well as I did like at the beginning when I started studying or when I took my first diagnostic even. And so I think like there's sort of been this like, I don't know, counter effect to like studying where like the more I see the issues that I encounter, the more I sort of like self-fulfill. And so I think again, like it'll be really important to see how I perform on the next like couple practice tests I take, like the full practice test, to see if I can sort of overcome some of that test taking anxiety. So yeah, a little shaky.
Okay. Okay, I think that's a reasonable approach. I want to play a game with you for a second. Let's pretend one of two things. Let's pretend that you're not currently registered for August 29th. Mm-hmm. Would you register for it today?
Oh gosh, that's a good question. I guess my first inclination is to say no. But if I want to apply this cycle, I think it's best to take the test in August and see what my score would look like, which I guess is why I would probably register anyways, even though I don't think it's like the best course of action, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I hear that. And I'll give my answer on that in a moment, just from a practical perspective as to what I know about admissions. But before I do that, I want to play a different game with you. Let's pretend that the August 29th LSAT was canceled completely, not even a flex. It's just off the menu. The next available LSAT is October 3rd. How do you feel about that? Admissions considerations and timeline aside, I'll get to that in a moment.
Okay. That would be great if I could just take it in August. Yeah.
Do you mean August or do you mean October?
Oh, sorry, I mean October.
Okay. Well, I'll just jump in with a fact for a moment, which is that October is perfectly fine. You don't need to do August 29th. October 3rd is okay. Yes, all else being equal, applying marginally earlier is a tiny bit better. But if it's giving you anxiety to take it a month from now, and you believe that you could do even just a couple points better by doing October 3rd, it's totally fine. Even November would be okay. January becomes a little bit iffy, but October and November are totally fine. Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.